What Remains of Edith Finch is a story-based adventure game from the developers Giant Sparrow. Giant Sparrow are also credited for another story-based adventure game from 2012 entitled The Unfinished Swan. However, you can forgive yourself for not playing that as an Xbox fan, as it was only released on the Sony PlayStation platforms. This game has you adventuring around the Finch family home, which has been passed down from generation to generation. That is what the main storyline is focused around, the Finch family tree. It is believed through the story that the Finch family are cursed and that each generation are doomed to be left with only one surviving child, as the others are taken by illness, fatal accidents, or something a little more tragic. The Finch home has a lot of rooms and levels to it. These have been added to the house over time due to the wife of the house's creator, Edie, memorialising her children and their children's passing. As such, many of the rooms in the house have been sealed off and can only be viewed via a spy hole in each door. That is until you as the player come along with the Journal of Edith Finch to unlock the mysteries in the house and try to make sense of its legacy. Thanks to the journal, you are able to find your way around and into these rooms via secret passages that were built into the house from the very beginning. And this allows you to see into the final moments of each family member that has passed away and ultimately uncover the story behind the Finch family and the proposed curse that befell them. This also allows the game to take the story outside of the house and into different territories through the stories or diaries left behind by the Finch family. Some of these are told through a child's mind that sees you turning into animals such as a cat or an owl to try and find food to sedate the child's constant hunger. This allows you to embrace the child's imagination whilst also keeping you aware that she does not have long left to live due to a terminal illness. Some of the stories left behind about the final moments of the family member have been left by Edie and may have been exaggerated upon to make them sound much more fascinating than they really were. The game is very short, around 2 to 3 hours for a single playthrough, so it's very hard to go into detail about the game without spoiling one or two of the game's storylines. As I do not want to do that, I will have to wrap this one up fairly quickly. The two main questions I like to ask when doing these Game Pass reviews are: is the game worth playing via your Game Pass subscription, and is the game worth starting a Game Pass subscription to play? To answer the first question, I would say sure. If you already subscribe to Game Pass, are an achievement hunter, or are looking for something a little more relaxed to play with an intriguing story, then go right ahead. It's worth the time to download it and the couple of hours required to play it through. To answer the second question, I have to say no. I would not recommend starting a Game Pass subscription to play this game. You can pick it up for a very reasonable price in a sale. It has already been given away on other platforms such as PlayStation's PS Plus and the Epic Games Store, so there are already much easier and cheaper ways to play it. I would also not be surprised if it is added to the Games with Gold library at some point if it has not already. The game scores 92 on Metacritic with a user score of 7.3. There are 10 achievements to collect for your 1000G, and the average time to beat the game is 2 to 3 hours. This game has also won many game awards, including Best Game at the BAFTAs in 2018 and Best Narrative at the Game Awards the year prior to that. Despite these plaudits and the high Metacritic score, I'm a little on the fence. It feels as though the game has been out forever to me after hearing so much about it, and it is in fact only 2 years old now. I can understand big magazine companies such as IGN and GameSpot scoring a game like this highly. Those poor guys have to review massive games day in and day out. Huge games such as Assassin's Creed Odyssey or The Witcher 3. So when a small game like this comes along, something they can finish in a few hours, enjoy it and write a glowing review about it, then that's exactly what they're going to do. This is easy money for a mainstream reviewer and they are not going to get too much pushback on it as the game is pretty decent. Is it really 9 out of 10 good enough though? Not for me. I feel this story only works in this scenario. I do not think the story would work too well in a book, movie or TV drama. I think it only works in video games because it's a break from fighting a war against humans, zombies or aliens. It is a quick 3-hour light entertainment journey and not a massive 100-hour plus jaunt through a huge open world. That's why it gets this much applause, and I too have to applaud them for being daring enough to produce a new, refreshing story that would not be mimicked anywhere else. Good job, but not 9 out of 10 good. As such, I am happy to agree with the Metacritic user score on this, and Games Done Wrongish scores What Remains of Edith Finch 7 out of 10. Good game and worth a playthrough for any Game Pass subscriber. What do you think of the game, or will you now play it after watching this? Let me know in the comments down below and I will see you next time. If you like this video, please consider watching another. 2 suggestions will be on screen now. Also, if you have not subscribed already, please do so by clicking the icon in the middle of this screen. Every view and subscription will go a long way to helping the channel grow, and in turn will result in more content for you. Thank you, and until the next time, goodbye.